guys, it's Rachel from Desert Blossom Crafts, back with a new tutorial. Today I get to share a step-by-step tutorial for making the crossover stitch. This is my new favorite stitch. It's so pretty. You can easily create just gorgeous stripes with it, and obviously it features a cross stitch that goes across some sections of double crochet. Of course, we'll get into all the details of that soon. So let's get right into the tutorial. To make the stitch, you're going to need some worsted weight yarn and an H 5mm crochet hook. Now you can experiment with lots of different hook and yarn combinations, but that's just what I'm going to be using in this tutorial. I'm going to start by making a slip knot. Now the stitch multiple for this stitch is 4 plus 3 stitches. So I'm just going to do a small swatch in this tutorial. I'm going to go ahead and chain 4 more. There's my multiple of 4, and then I'm going to do 3 more on the end. So just 11 single crochets. Now for row 1, we're just going to single crochet in the second chain from our hook and each stitch across. So at the end of this, I should have 10 single crochet. So there's row 1. Now let's learn the crossover stitch. Start by chaining 3, and this chain 3 is going to count as a double crochet. Now we're going to skip the next stitch. So we're already skipping this space right here because that's what this chain 3 counts for, but we're also going to skip this one and go into the next stitch. Double crochet 1, double crochet 2, and double crochet 3. So now we have 3 double crochets just like this, and it's time to make our crossover stitch. So I'm going to do a double crochet, but we're going to work in this skipped stitch right here. So yarn over just like you would a regular double crochet, but we are going to go back like this and insert our hook into this skipped stitch. So we're working over these double crochets. Inserting our hook through the back, yarning over and bringing that up. Now we're creating these nice loops right here. And now just finish your double crochet. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So that is our very first crossover stitch. Now to continue, we're going to skip another stitch and work 3 double crochets again. So now here's our next block of double crochet. Now we're going to do that again. Yarn over, here's our skip stitch right here. Insert our hook, stick it to the back, yarn over, pull up, and you don't want to just pull up your loop like a little bit, you want to kind of pull it up all the way so it can get that nice crossed look, and then finish your double crochet. So this is a very small swatch obviously on my part. You would just keep repeating that same exact thing. Skip 1 stitch, do the crossover stitch, or do your 3 double crochet and then your crossover back. And then when you get to the end, you'll just have 1 stitch left in which you can do 1 last double crochet, just like that. Row 3 is very simple. We are just going to chain 1, turn, that chain does not count as a stitch, single crochet in the first stitch, and each stitch across. Of course, you should end up with the same amount of single crochets you had at the beginning, which is 10 in my case. So here we are at the end. The great news about the crossover stitch is it is a 2-row repeat. So this next row, row 4, is exactly the same as row 2. We would just turn, chain 3, skip this stitch right here, double crochet 3, 1, 2, 3, make our crossover stitch, pull up that loop, and then skip next stitch, double crochet 3, crossover stitch. Again, we're going over the stitches and inserting to the back, pulling up, and then we're making our last double crochet here. Now, if you want to do stripes like mine, I did stripes every 2 crossover rows. I've also seen people do it every single row, so it's up to you. But I do recommend switching on a single crochet row. So if I was going to switch on this row, what I would do is grab my next yarn, get it ready, and then I would actually take this out so that I'm just finishing the last double crochet. So I would start it just like that, leave it like that, grab my tail, yarn over with the tail, and pull through, and now I'm ready to chain 1, turn, and continue in my new color. And of course you're going to have to pull those tight, maybe even tie them in a knot just to secure that, but then you're all ready to continue, and you just work your single crochets across, then turn and start your crossovers in the next color. And you can even weave in these ends as you go too. You can bring them over and work over them, and that will help reduce the time you have to weave in ends as well. I didn't cut this end, but I would cut it if I was actually making something with this. So there you guys go. That is the crossover stitch. Super easy, quick. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, make sure to give the video a like and come subscribe for lots more stitch tutorials, crochet patterns, and more. Thanks so much for watching.